Yo troops, welcome back to the Litanah army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite Save the World. And we're doing another video again today on trading. Now first of all, before we get started, as you know, my stance on trading is probably don't trade at all. Work your way through the game, collect the weapons as you go, and you'll get great weapons as it is. You'll certainly get good enough weapons to keep your own level going. But if you must trade and you can't wait for them, them great weapons or to get your hands on a 130 Nocturno or 130 Gravedigger, things like that, then the best way to do it is to keep yourself safe. So this was the base that we showed you before. So it's a really difficult base to scam in. Every base is scammable. It's very hard to make a base that's got a 100% scam-proof rating on it because there's so many things that you can do. So what we'll do, we'll start off the video by actually talking about the 3 top things that scammers do, the things that you can't avoid. So 3 unavoidable scams, if you like, that scammers do. And then I will show you a new design that I've made that actually tackles these problems and makes it a little bit easier. Again, it can't make it completely scam-proof, but it can make it a little bit easier for you. So stay tuned. Okay then, so as described, and this is the base that I've got. So this is Canny Valley. Now the reason I've picked Canny Valley is because you can't get under the map, as I know so far, in Canny Valley. But there are, if you YouTube it, if you do a YouTube search, you can get under the map in Stonewood. We saw that on one of the videos that I did before. You can get under the map in Plankerton and in Twine as well. At the minute, I don't think there is a way to actually get under the map in Canny Valley. So what we can actually do is I usually go here. Now, basically, I would usually trade in-game in a private party. So, and just you and one other person. If you put a third person in, there's so many variables where you can get scammed. So you have to be really careful of that. But if people insist on a home base, then like I said, what I'll do, I'll go to Canny Valley. And what I've do, if you can see, I've trapped pretty much all the walls up, or anything that's significant. If someone edits this one, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't do anything, so that doesn't really matter. Even going underneath here, you can't edit the stairs because we've got the slope traps now. So what you would do here, you'd go up to the top. You'd actually do your discussions maybe in here. You can talk together in here. If you want to do the traditional method, talk through a window, you can talk through the window in here if that's what you want to do. But what you would do then is you would both agree on what you're dropping. So say if it's a, say it's a siege breaker, just go to the corner there and just drop your siege breaker in the corner. So we'll just drop that in there, look. And then that is it. You could drop it in sight if you want so they can see it. It's totally down to you where you want to put their weapons. So you drop the actual weapon there, and then you say, okay, go. Then what you do is you just move around, and you go that way there. Now, we said we'd talk about the top 3 scamming methods that you can't avoid. And those are, the first one is to pick up the weapon fast. So what the person does is, they drop the weapon down like really quick like this, and then you edit this wall out, which is why we've got traps on it like this, which is why this base is such a good design. But what they would normally do is pick up the weapon, run through, or even start moving forward is a classic one. They turn around and start moving like this, and they pick up the weapon as they're moving through the wall, and they get your weapon as well. If you're too slow to react, then you're going to lose out on your weapon. And that's a really common one. The fast pickup, the fast re-pickup, if you like, is the most common. The second most common, and it's a very, very close second, is the low durability weapon. What they'll actually do, if you look at the side I've got here, this is one that Detective Cheese gave me. If you look on there, the durability is really, really low on it. And I've seen people with durability on its last legs, you probably get 1 hit out of there. I'm not going to name the YouTubers who I've seen doing that, but you can actually see they'll have like a smith, just like a slither of energy left. And what they'll actually do is, they'll actually use that, and they'll use that in the trade. So you can drop that, and it will look absolutely fine. So if we just put that down, look, and we look at it, there's no way to tell the durability of that. Now, that's something I'd like to see Epic change, so you can actually just put a durability bar maybe along the top or the bottom of that tooltip box that you've got on there, but there's currently no way to see the durability of a weapon. The other thing that you've got, obviously, is the hero abilities. Now, I say always just trade with soldiers. I've used Penny because we've built another base that I'm going to show you in a second, but if you only trade with soldiers, then you shouldn't run into as many problems as what you can with the others. Obviously, the Outlanders can phase shift, so that's a problem. So what they would do is just jump up there and they can phase shift across. Now again, another reason this base is great is because even if they jump up and phase shift, by the time they've done that, you're already most of the way across. So that should be absolutely fine. The other one that you've got is ninjas. They can double jump and they can get across really quick, causing you all kinds of problems. Again, another reason this base is good is we've actually got, if I can show you, do you know what, I might have to get up to the top, but if you look on the ceiling, I've actually put roof tiles on the top there as well. So let's just go on the top, just so I can show you guys. Now, when this is normally finished, I've only done this not to actually show, but if you look under there, all you would do is put a trap on there or a ceiling trap underneath that we've got there, so they can't actually edit that and they can't do anything with it. And so what they've actually got to get through to do the edit is they've got to get through the ceiling, and they've got to pickaxe the way through the actual roof tile there as well. So they've got to edit that roof tile and start pickaxing through that and get through your trap, by which time, even as a ninja, you've got no chance whatsoever to get down to that weapon before you've actually realised the scam and what it is. Now, the other one is constructors. Now, what they can do, and this is really common and becoming more common at the minute, they just basically get the decoy, and if you drop it on the actual person, I don't know if you can drop it on yourself just to prove this, I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, look, if you look now, I can't move. It just puts me in first person, and I'm stuck while ever the decoy's there. Do you know? So that's a common one. All you do is put that on the other person, and it just means they're stuck while you're trading. The good thing about this is, if they were to do that, and if to drop that on there, it's unavoidable. Do you know, if they drop that on you as you're passing here, there's nothing you can do. You're basically just stuck. Now, all you can actually hope is that by the time they've gone and got this weapon and got back to here, then you've had enough time for the decoy not to work and still go and get your weapon. But you know, as I said, some scams are absolutely unavoidable. So just to summarise then, just before we go and look at the new bases, the fast pickup, so obviously the person turns around, picks their own weapon up, and then makes a move for yours really quick. On that, you've just got to be on it. That's just about your reaction time. And some people get really twitchy about that, and people fall out before they've even made the trade because they're actually scared of that happening. There's this paranoia going around at the minute when you're trading where that can happen. The other one is the low durability. Currently, there's no way of checking that. So that's another thing. Every time that you make a trade, there's always that durability issue that's going to be there, or there's potentially a durability issue that's going to be there. And then the third one is hero abilities. Now, the best thing I could say for that is just try and make sure that you will only trade with soldiers. So those are the three tips. As I said, they're the three most common scam tactics at the moment. Now, there are others out there. There's some really creative ones. As I said, we've seen people going under the map. We've seen people phase shifting through walls. We've seen people doing the transparent wall edit, where you can put a wall up so the person can't get through. I mean, I don't even know how to do that. Let's have a quick go. Okay, so it's something like that. So they put the wall up like that. They go to edit the wall. See, no idea, but they've got. I saw it on another video. As I said, I'm not here to show you the tactics, so I don't actually want to, I don't actually want to put it on there on how. But let's have a look at the other base that I've got. So this, as I said, this base is extremely effective when it comes to scamming. It takes a little bit of building, but I mean, I'll link in the description below the actual base review itself on how we've done that one. But this one's super effective just because it is super difficult. Don't forget, you don't need two on there. What you would normally do for here, you would put a trap down on the top, say like this, and then you would put a cone on the top as well, and then fully do that. Just that way, there's three traps to get through. So they've got the actual dome itself to actually try and get through. They've got the ice trap underneath, and then they've actually got that trap to get through as well. There's just it just takes too much time to get through for them to scam you. Now, this is the new base. Let's go and just quickly show you this one. So this is the new one that I've got. So it doesn't matter which side you're going at. So you can go in here, look. So this is the inside of it. So it is just, a 3x2 floor. And it's got a little place in the middle where you can talk in there as well. Now, usually I would say just be kept mindful. If there's a hole like that or something like that, and there's no sort of traps on the wall or nothing to stop you, you've got to be careful of the person being able to put a jump trap down. Now, you can't do that on this because it's all trapped up and it's all ready. But the way you would trade in this one is you would go into here. Now, you would normally just speak in the middle again, just chatting here. Do you know what you're going to do? Or you could even chat here and do your normal chat there. So I could put down Nocturno, the Siege Breaker down in the corner there, look, or Stormblade, whichever it is. But you can talk in there and you can show weapons as you normally would. Now, when the trade's about to happen, all you do is you would actually put your weapon down in this bit. So you'd put your weapon down there. Now, if you go through to the other side, you can see that the person can still see that you've dropped a weapon, but it's a good distance away. Now, what you do is here, there's plenty of room here to cross. Even if they phase shift across, there's no way to jump in and get back on time for you to get that weapon. All you do then is just cross over, pick up the weapon, and if you want to trade again, just start the same again at the other side. So it's a dead easy one. Now, you can't get through these walls here, because what we would do on those is we'd just put ceiling traps onto there. So let's just make some gas traps, and we'll put them on the top as well. I mean, you can make it look as pretty or as unpretty as you like. I just like the green line. That way, when I'm talking in the actual trade, I can say to them, right, just follow the green healing pads to me and come and pick up the item, and you just cross over that way. So look, we just put these up here. There's traps on the ceilings as well, so these can't be edited. I mean, you can start hitting away at them if that's what you want to do. Do you know, you can start hitting at the ceiling if you want to do it that way, but it's going to take you forever to start doing. But it's another reason why I said as well, don't trade with a third party in the group. Do you know, always trade one-on-one. Do you know, I say this in a lot of mine. If you've got to trade, guys, I would rather you do it in like a safe manner and in a safe way. So like I said, some of the tips that I give out on every single video is always trade one-on-one. Only trade with soldiers, and try and trade in a private mission as opposed to at a home base. If you are going to pick a home base, then, you know, Canny Valley is the place to be, because that's the only place I know of where you can't get under the map per se. You can get under bases if they're badly positioned, but you can't get under the map. Now, let me just show you the top here. I'll just show you again. One thing to look at when you're building a roof in a trading box. If we just edit that as well, if you look, I've actually got the healing pads there as well, so they can't edit through that, and they can't get through. And if you actually go down, let's just get rid of this... Let's just get rid of this ramp. And if you go down as well, you've got the gas traps on the ceiling. So they can't just edit that. There's no way they can just edit it. Now, one thing that they could do maybe, they could come back and re-edit this. You know, that's always an option for them. So they could maybe, I don't know, shut you in or something like that. But it's so quick, you know, just to edit back and get through. And by the time they've done that, they're going to be stuff like here. They've not got time to get to your weapon. They've actually got to extend themselves all the way over to here to pick up your actual weapon. So this is actually an extremely safe way to do it if you have to trade. As I said, I know I keep saying it in the video, but, you know, just play through the game and get your weapons your own way. That's probably the best way to do it. But guys, I'm always open to ideas. If you've got a base that you use for scamming, or if you think there's a flaw in this one, you know, maybe you think there's something, oh, I could still scam him in that, I would do X, Y, Z, then let me know. Don't forget, you can always put the decoy down. So if you get the decoy and you put it on, look, so say if I'm running across, the person turns here, puts the decoy on me. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, so I'm stuck now again, look, so the decoy's on me that way. So if you look, can't move at all, so all I do is actually wait a minute, make a move, get my weapon, do you know, or go back, by which time, if they're using an Outlander, they've probably got time to get that weapon, face shift back over while you're stuck, and then pick up both. So there's no kind of real way to scam. Now, the other way that I thought of, if you had the room to do it, now I'm using my Canny Valley base, but if you had the room to do it, if you built a third section of this along here, you know, and then you built like, you know, you built the base out a little bit, and you built the third section. So what the first player does, so you say to them, you go left, I'll go right, they go left, you know, and they go along here and come and get your weapon. You would have to open up all this and make that into windows. That would be just so that you can see what's going on. But if you're this far away, I don't think the decoy would reach. See, they could still get in the middle. They could still... No, do you know what? Maybe that's going to be a better design if you have a third section. So, you know, you do a 3x3 base instead. Do you know, maybe that's the thing. But guys, you know, if you guys can test it out, then let me know. Maybe that's something we'll revisit in the future. I have to knock all these down because this is my actual Canny Valley base that we've got here. As I said, me, Joseph, and Mr. Boots kind of just went nuts in here, and we use this for lots of crazy designs at the moment. But that's definitely one, guys. If you can see a flaw in that or a way that you could get through it, then let me know. Let me know what would work in there, what wouldn't. But as I said, the worst one at the minute, the only thing I think this would not be able to stop at the moment is low durability and obviously the constructor decoy. So you only have to trade with soldiers, that's the decoy one out of the way, then all you've got to worry about is durability. But guys, with all trading, that just comes down to trust, which is why I would say trade with friends, trade with people you build up a rapport with. I saw you guys putting in the comments on the last video that we did, when we did the scam proof base video, and you were saying that some people were building up rapport, doing a few missions with you, becoming friends, and then they were asking to trade after about a week or so, and then scamming you after about a week. So again, you know, there's no safe way to do it. But still, guys, hope you like this. If you did, make sure you subscribe. We will be releasing the winner of the Stonesy Jonesy contest very shortly, so in the next couple of days. For those of you that spotted Stonesy Jonesy somewhere in the videos last month, we're running a spot Stonesy Jonesy. We're going to have to talk in the Discord about a new competition that we can run, or something that we can do to actually give that away, or maybe do V-Bucks. Maybe you guys want a different prize, I don't know yet. Let me know. Do you know, if you're in the Discord, comment and let me know, somewhere in general, or even in the Save the World room. Doesn't matter, guys, we're talking there every single day. I'm always in there, so make sure that you drop by. Massive thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Stay safe.